So greetings from Pennsylvania once again. I get to say that again. For last couple of videos we were up in New England saying, you know, greetings from New Hampshire, greetings from Vermont, but we're back home in Pennsylvania today. Today is August 30th, Tuesday morning, and it's time for another Union Canal video. So just a little recap as to where we are, because I'm back here at lock number 7 doing an intro here in Myerstown, just west of Myerstown. In our most recent videos we did lock number 7. And we eventually did get lock number 6. I think that was the most recent video I did. But initially we didn't have permission for lock number 6. And then we took a quick look at the Tulpehocken Manor, which has some awesome history. George Washington visited the area back in the 1700s, check up on the canal. That's where locks 4 and 5 and 4 are located. But at a later time we did get to go see lock number 6. That was cool. But I still didn't get any kind of permission for the Tulpehocken Manor to check that area out, so that's a shame. But today we're going to move on. We're going to be reaching what's called summit level today and pointing out where locks 3, 2, and 1 were located. There's really nothing left of those as far as I know. There's an active limestone quarry in that area now, so it's just you'll see in some of the pictures or in some of the video that we take. And I'll show some maps too of the area. So unfortunately the canal through that area has been completely obliterated. And of course we got some train action going on up there. Of course here's lock number 7 again. Beautifully preserved lock here. And the train whistle. Yeah, and just a side note, if you want to get a really good look, a good idea of what one of the Union Canal locks looked like, number 7 here, this is what Fairlane Park, just west of Myerstown. This is a good example of one. But anyway, we're going to get going. There's going to be a lot of some driving footage in this video. Yeah, because once we get past to where lock 1 was, like, so we're going to reach summit level. I'll talk a little about what that is later. Then we're going to be heading into the east side of Lebanon. More in the suburb section. We'll be near Walmart, the super Walmart there, and heading into the suburbs just east of town a bit. That's where we'll end this video. So anyway, we're going to hop in the Jeep and get going. I think I'll toss the map up now showing you where the route of the canal towards Walmart and where locks 3, 2, and 1 were. Maybe I'll show you where the Tulpehocken Manor was too as well. So anyway, I'll show you that map and then we'll get going. Alright, so up here is Route 422, and this is Halfway Drive right here, it's called. An interesting name. But you can see evidence of the quarry out there. It's some new diggings they're doing. Relatively new. And a bit busy here. But back that way is the Tulpehocken Manor. Locks 4 and 5 are back that way. Actually, lock number 3 is out here somewhere. Like, as you can see, they're all digging up here for the quarry. This is newer diggings, like I said. There's a much more larger section of the quarry down this way. But yeah. So back that way is Myerstown heading east, and the old canal came up through this way, through the fields out there. And then out this way it's headed towards Lebanon. Yes, once again out there in the fields is where the canal was. Now we'll head out here on 422. The modern form of transportation these days. Of course, this is the kind of stuff that replaced the canal, along with the railroad. Alright, so we're going to head down to what's called Prescott Road. We'll head off to the left here again shortly. Show you roughly where lock number 2 was located. Although we won't be able to see anything of it, because like I said, it's all an active quarry. Alright, so we're turning here on Prescott. And you'll be able to see like some of these trucks here from the quarry hauling limestone out. And just up here where the road turns is where the canal would have crossed this area. But you can see all the, is it coming through here? Yeah, you can see all the workings. Like, this is all an active quarry back through here. And just over here somewhere, back this way here is where lock number 2 was. On the west side of Prescott here. Alright, so we are back on 422 heading west towards Lebanon. I was planning on pulling over there and get a little bit of footage of where Lock 2 might have been, but there's some security dudes there. So I decided maybe just to keep on driving instead of pulling over. Yeah, just up ahead, off to our left is where the main quarry is, out that way. Every now and then you can get a glimpse of it looking over the edge, but that's where lock number 1 would have been, is down there. Absolutely nothing left of it, obviously. Yeah, down over that hillside is the quarry. But we were heading to a road up here called Narrows Drive. It's where the canal up here eventually crossed when it's right now 422. So I'm gonna turn the camera off until oh right there it is, Narrows Drive. I'm driving right by it. So I gotta turn around and get to that spot. So I found a place to park here along Narrows Drive, and we're gonna make our way down to the intersection, or close enough to it. There's nothing to see here as far as the canal, but it does show the spot where the canal would have crossed where modern 422 is today. So at this point it comes north of Route 422. This area is called Narrows Drive because the area where that quarry is called the Narrows because the canal ran pretty deep through there because it kind of went through a hill. So it's called the Narrows. So it would have been cool to see that section if it was still around, because from what I've read, the canal was pretty deep in that section. They also had a lot of trouble with leakage through this area. The bedrock that they were digging through in this area was limestone, which is a very porous rock, so water will seep through it. So the canal through this area had like serious leakage problems. I think they took like oak boards and lined the bottom of the canal with those boards to try and prevent the leakage from happening. But so a troublesome area for the canal. All right, so here's our intersection. Just over that hill is the quarry, and the canal would have come right up through here, crossed right through here, went down through this auto lot. But as you can see today, there's absolutely nothing left to see of the canal. There might be one section up near Walmart, which might be an original section of the canal, but we'll get to that in a moment. So we gotta get on going again. So once again, here is that intersection. We're gonna get back on 422. Yeah, right here is where the canal would have crossed. And we're gonna head up to Wise Markets grocery store up here. And there's an interesting feature up here. It's like a pond, which I always remember driving past up here. There's always like ducks and stuff in it, but I think it's actually part of the canal. Because I'll show you, I'm gonna toss up another map for you of this section on the north side of 422, headed towards the suburbs of Lebanon. Show the route we're taking. Yeah, right up here is Wise Markets. Let me toss that map up. Alright, you should see the sign up for it here, Wise Markets. I guess we'll pull in. The pond is just like right up in there. I'm not sure if we'll be able to see it from down this way. Alright, let me get back to you. We have to park up in the parking lot and walk down. Yeah, so back behind me is Wise Markets. So we're gonna head up to that pond area via the road here a little bit. Or not the road, but the entrance into Wise Markets. Yeah, next stop is Walmart. If you look at that map I showed you, there's a ditch. I think I circled on that map. A ditch of interest, but we'll get there in a little bit. Yeah, so the canal would have come through this area right here. Up there's the grocery store, but right through here somewhere. But obviously there's nothing left. This area is so built up. But over in here is a little pond area. So back in here is that pond area. Wasn't really easy getting back here. You walk along 422, which I didn't really want to do because there's no really room to walk up there. Unless you walk around the road and get run over. But yeah, the Google Maps shows the canal coming right through here. There's actually a little bit more of a water back up in there. That's the new hotel they put up over there. So I think the canal came right through here at one point. Alright, let's get back to Naomi. Yeah, and if you drive up 422 towards Lebanon from Myerstown, you go past Wise Markets, you can see that little pond area off to your right. You look for it. Alright, now we're going to head to Walmart area. Yeah, just over there is the pond area. And we're headed up to Walmart, which is right up here. And then we're gonna take a look at that ditch of interest, we'll call it. Yeah, right up there's Walmart. All right, so here we are at Walmart. We got Naomi parked right up there, but if you turn around, this end of the parking lot, there's this fence along the whole thing, and down there is our ditch of interest, which runs all the way up there and all the way up here in a straight line for quite a while. So, but we're on the wrong side of the fence. So I'm thinking that this is possibly the canal right here. It fits with the old maps, to be honest with you about that. The old maps show the canal coming up through this way, and right here is this ditch. And right up there even looks like the towpath trail, to be honest, unless I'm imagining things. But this ditch goes all the way up there. Maybe we'll walk up that ways too. Yeah, this fence goes all the way around. But yeah, I'm thinking that this is a remnant of the canal. And I could be wrong, but that's what I'm going to go with. My other thought was, since they did this huge construction area here, that sometimes they create, these drainage ditches for that. I do see some, I don't know, I feel like I see some concrete down there too, but maybe, I'm sure it was modified, so it doesn't look quite wide enough here either. But anyway, I could be wrong. If someone out there knows, you can go ahead and let me know and correct me, but that's what I'm going to go with. Yeah, because even once again over there, it looks like there's a towpath, a raised element that's like a towpath trail. I'm guessing that, yeah, because down there's some concrete. So I'm thinking if this is the canal, it's probably been used, it's probably been modified over the years to be drainage as well in more modern times. So maybe, like I said, more dirt might got dumped in, and it might have been, I don't know, who knows. But if you know better, you can let me know. But if you look at that map, the Google Maps, maybe I'll toss the map up again for you. But on that map, you can clearly, on the terrain feature of that map, you can clearly see that ditch. And trust me when I said it lines up almost perfectly with the old maps I've been looking at, so like I said, that's what I'm going to go with. I should mention too that through this area, starting back either Tolpac and Man or up through this area, over the years, like there are several different attempts to make this canal, but over the years there are several different approaches or plans for the canal, or different routes I should say. This is just one of them. Right up here you can see, up here somewhere near Walmart, you can see another one, like one of the older routes that was being used, that they were working on during the 1700s. But I'm not sure. Everything's all fenced off here. I'd have to know a little bit more about that though to know where it is, if I went looking for it. Alright, so interesting section. And we have also now reached summit level. And so what is summit level? Well, it is, for one thing, the summit of the canal. This is the highest point of the canal. It's also a level area. There's no more locks through this area all the way through Lebanon, and so you get to where the tunnel is. On the other side of the tunnel, the locks start up again as you start descending down towards the Satara Creek. So far, we've been ascending up, along the Tolpac Creek, ascending up to the summit level, and there's the summit, it's level, and then we'll start descending down to the Satara Creek, and the lock numbers start over again. So just past the tunnel that's up here, we'll get that in a later video. Lock number 1 starts up again, but it's lock 1 west. The lock 1 we were talking about in this video, that's in the middle of the quarry, is lock 1 east. So we are at summit level. So about for several miles here, there are no locks. There are no locks going through the city of Lebanon. So that's what summit level means. Yeah, so just another look at what I think is probably the canal down there. Like I said, maybe slightly modified over the years. Kind of go straight up through that area. Lots of trash here at Walmart. And as I keep looking at it, once again, I'm almost positive there's a towpath trail. So I'm thinking over the years this filled in with like mud and stuff, and that they dug out a new trench, a new like ditch that's a little bit more narrow than what the original canal was. That's for drainage. That's my guess. 'Cause up here is like the drainage pond for the area that most large mall areas have. This area up in here. But the canal, the ditch keeps running past it. So my gut is telling me that there's more to explore to this area than what we're seeing at the moment, but I'd have to do a little bit more research on that. So I feel like I see another ditch going up that way, but that's just on the other side of this little pond area, so that could be all that is for. But anyway, we'll see. But yeah, so since we're at summit level, we are in a way halfway done, but not necessarily halfway done, because yeah, we have the west section of the canal to do now. But there's also that northern, or the branch section of the canal that goes up to Pine Grove. We're going to do that first. Once we get past the tunnel, we have a section to do. We're going to get to what's called Union Waterworks, which is maybe like halfway, and then we're going to go north, do that branch section up to Pine Grove, then come back and finish the canal. I think that's the way we're going to do it. And a lot of that stuff we've seen in previous videos up there at Swatara State Park, but we'll film that stuff all again. Awesome ruins up that way. Alright, so we're going to hop back in the Jeep, and we're going to head that way, driving along roughly the route of the canal through the eastern suburbs of Lebanon. There's nothing left of it through there, but we're just going to, like I said, follow it as best we can through that area. That's where we'll end then. Alright, so we're on Mifflin Street now, just east of the Walmart. So the canal came roughly through this area. I'm not going to turn here yet. There's a canal street through just a little bit north of here, but I think the canal, from looking at the old maps, is just a little bit south of there. There's a canal street further into town, which we'll follow in a later video, which I think actually follows the route of the canal, for the most part. We're going to turn up here, get to Guilford Street. But yeah, as you can see, there's just nothing left through here of the canal. Yeah, Canal Street is up on top of that hill, and the canal would actually be down here at the bottom more. Roughly here where Guilford Street is, which we're turning onto now. So somewhere in this area, back in the day, the canal would have passed through, but as you can see, it's vastly different these days. But we are roughly following the route of the Union Canal through this area. Whether it went right through here, just a little bit north of us, a little bit south. It's hard to know, even the experts, disagree on that, since there's just absolutely nothing left really of it through here. But in the next episode, we're going to be heading more into the more downtown part of Lebanon. The older part, I guess you could say. This is more like the suburbs, although we are technically in Lebanon City. We'll follow it through the busier parts of Lebanon in that episode. Was this 5th? I think we're headed to 3rd Avenue. That's where we'll stop. Yeah, already you can see the houses are changing a little bit to more of these older 2-story type houses. So this is 4th Avenue. Around this point, the canal is curving a little bit further to the north of us. And this is as far as I'm going to go here, because up that way is the canal street that we'll follow in the next video. Alright, so that'll be it for this journey then, along the Union Canal. Actually, on my way back, when I passed that one road where I saw the security people near the quarry, there's actually a county or township police officer parked there too in that area right along the highway. So I'm not sure if something's going on there looking for somebody. Hopefully they're not looking for me. But yeah, but like I said, in the next episode, we'll be driving through the major part of the city of Lebanon, or the northern part of it. I'll probably be using my dash cam in that video, driving along with you. We'll see if we can find anything historic along the way. I'll do a little bit more research on that. And then the next episode is the tunnel, the Union Canal Tunnel Park, the oldest existing transportation tunnel in the country. And me and my friend John were there last week. They have canal boat rides through the tunnel, so I did film through the tunnel, and I'll share that footage when I do that video. So cool. So that's what's coming up in the next couple of videos. And I start teaching tomorrow again too. A lot of you know I teach part-time, and that starts up tomorrow. So I gotta get in that mind frame again. But anyway, thanks for coming along, and hopefully we'll see you on the next one.